I've lived a fast life my whole life. I'm well acquainted with the hustle, the grind. But when things got hot, I used my smarts and I switched lanes. Now this music's how I eat, and I apply the same tactics. Don't sit and wait, go and get it by any means. From the block to the booth, from the streets to the studio, I goes in. I went from rhyming to rapping, from slanging to spitting. I went from serving these fiends, now I'm reciting these lyrics. So used to contraband flipping, had to make the transition from ducking and dodging police to murdering AP. I went from having nothing to a pad and a pen. Now every song that I write's history in the making. If you're thinking I'm stopping, you're sadly mistaken. From the streets to the studio, there's no question I go in. I went from rapping to rapping, so used to jacking it hurts. Cause you can't stick up without fire, no can you grind with no work. So I spit that fire in verse. This real like nothing rehearsed, but I run accountants pockets for the profits. I ain't scared to do dirt. So before these rappers converse and call me out my name, I'm nothing but what the streets of Kissimmee FLA made me. A man who puts family and loyalty above everything. And if the fam was gonna be homeless tomorrow, I'd rob you today. Shout out to Lady J for setting up that lane. It was back in the day, but it's like yesterday to me, man. He pulled up on me and Jay running game like, hey, that's your man. She glanced at me, then looked at him like, nah, what's happening? He told her he got product by the piece. She came back and she told me. I called up the homies. We had the jack move in the middle of the street. Ran back to the spot. Everybody got a cut from the scam. I came a long way from hit petty licks on the dope, man. I went from rhyming to rapping, from slanging to spitting. I went from serving these fiends, now I'm reciting these lyrics. So used to contraband flipping, had to make the transition from ducking and dodging police to murdering AP. I went from having nothing to a pad and a pen. Now every song that I write's history in the making. If you're thinking I'm stopping, you're sadly mistaken. From the streets to the studio, there's no question I go in. I went from slanging to spitting, hard white, that green ecstasy, and everything in between. Gotta get it by any means. If it makes a dollar, I'm with it. Money making's the mission. Whatever's catching, I'm pitching. Getting there, I'm living. Grind is a given with your upbringing. Consistency, your pops not being within walking distance, and a mother huge trucks consistent. The flipping comes naturally when you're a product of these things. And growing up, these were the scenes of your everyday surroundings. I was a sponge, soaking up game, learning tricks of the trade. Stepped up my cook game, got my connects right, and the clientele just came. What can I say? I've done my wrong, did my dirt, and washed my hands off. But what would you do if your girlfriend just became your baby mom and you didn't have a job? No 9 to 5, the family still has to eat, so you have to provide. Out here risking your life, trying to make a dollar out of a dime. Now I use my experiences in life as motivation to rhyme. I went from rhyming to rapping, from slanging to spitting. I went from serving these fiends, now I'm reciting these lyrics. So used to contraband flipping, had to make the transition from ducking and dodging police to murdering AP. I went from having nothing to a pad and a pen. Now every song that I write's history in the making. If you're thinking I'm stopping, you're sadly mistaken. From the streets to the studio, there's no question I go in. I went from serving these fiends, now I'm reciting these lyrics. By any means, my vision, I will bring it to fruition. The hustle's embedded in me, grinding's in my DNA. Never been patient, I'm a go-getter, not one to sit and wait. See, a boss knows what he wants and either makes it or takes it. Hard work, dedication, stay on your job, motivation. From the block to the booth, no question, I got the juice. From the streets to the studio, real ones gotta salute. I'm the outlet to the plug, I get you connected, link up. It's all about supply and demand when it comes to product. So I keep the mixtape pressed up. These shows be my track, my rhymes are A1, I keep them coming back. I deliver what they want, I give them what they need. Skip a middleman, they getting it directly from me. This music's how I eat, so I got top-notch quality. Grade A all day, only the best you get from me. I went from rhyming to rapping, from slanging to spitting. I went from serving these fiends, now I'm reciting these lyrics. So used to contraband flipping, had to make the transition from ducking and dodging police to murdering AP. I went from having nothing to a pad and a pen. Now every song that I write's history in the making. If you're thinking I'm stopping, you're sadly mistaken. From the streets to the studio, there's no question I go in.